Make one question. Um, First question: given the high match intensity in today's European football, how do you define the concept of sensible loading?
Yeah, nice question. We know nowadays that every year, as we are going through, we have as much higher intensity in football. So we have to adapt and we have to find solutions and make the players better. The first thing we can do is about looking the GPS metrics. Um, and getting, for example, the players who play 90 minutes, we take the average of their metrics and specific metrics, the most important metrics like the total distance, the high speed run. And when we refer to high speed run, we are talking about the best load for each day.
Yeah.
So, for example, let's give an example. For example, our hardest day, let's say, is 3 days before the match. We try to reach this match load. For example, at least 90% of the match load in all these metrics: in total distance, in high speed run, in sprinting, in acceleration, decelerations. So
Perfect.
we make the players ready for this um, kind of intensities and match load.
Yeah, perfect. Aris, question two. How reliable do you think data tracking, or for example GPS, RPA, here ATC, is in managing player fatigue, and which metrics shall be prioritized?
Okay, nice. That's something I talked before. Is about this kind of metrics: the high speed run, the sprinting, acceleration, decelerations.
Yeah.
Um, how we manage this? For example, if we have a spike in the week, for example, we expect a specific number for high speed run and sprinting um, in the week with the game, and we see that this player uh, passed these numbers and has more did more in the week with the game. We try to adapt next week, decreasing the load. Try to find specific moments in the week that doesn't have so much high load, so can avoid and reduce prevent injuries.
Yeah.
Especially this is something that external load, and also the RP is a very important. After each session, we collect the RPs from the players, and we see in the scales of 10 how much did they score. For example, if we see like every day they have high numbers, we have to consider and we have to take care something going wrong with our prioritization, or something going wrong with a player, or have some issues or more fatigue, and which for which reason is more fatigue. And this is taken into consideration, and we're trying to find solutions towards the week. For example, we adapt the lower body sessions. We put him like a neutral player in the training session, so we can adapt his load. Or maybe we do some blood testing. We see if his values are very high, and why is his values very high? Why he reports high numbers of RPs? Um, so with this way, we track and we try to monitor the players and have the best results. And first of all, to prevent them from injuries and be fit for the match day.
Uh, Aris, I would like about fatigue threshold. Three question. Uh, Fatigue threshold varies from person to person. How do you measure and manage these individual differences in practice?
Like I said, first we can do RPE. We can report. We can get the RPEs, and we see if the players report high RPE. So that means that are very fatigued, and we are looking the reason for. Also, we do some kind of testing, like uh, Norbord testing. We're using Norbord, so record values, and we see, for example, if he has decreased in his power during the week or in several weeks. That's something that question ourselves why he decreased his power, his Newton power in the Norbord. And sometimes, not always, we use the counter movement apps. We see we is something that we have to put in our schedule more. If their counter movement jobs are low than the previous ones and that don't hit their targets, that means that they're fatigued. Another thing that we can do is the CPK values from the blood testing. If we see that there are high values in the CPK values in their blood, that means they are fatigued. And the other one is that we monitoring the sleep. We have some exercise like Whoop that monitoring tracking their sleep in the night, and also the heart rate variabilities. So we see if we have some differences there, and not sleeping well, so that means that he doesn't recover well, and or his heartbeats are low. That means is signal for us that he is fatigued.
All right, Aris. For a question, how can recovery times be optimized within a team's intense match tempo? Do you have any scientifically proven models?
Sorry, can you repeat, please?
Okay. Uh, how can recovery times be optimized within a team's intense match tempo? Uh,
Huh?
do you have any scientifically proven models?
Okay. There are not a lot scientific articles. There are few articles,
Yeah.
for example, that are referring in Premier League. That's because in each league there is a difference in the intensity and the load metrics towards the Europe. But like I said before, we try to approach and we get some ideas from these articles, how much they do there, and what data we receive from the GPS during the seasons. For example, we have some kind. We work this a lot of seasons with the GPS that we can see the average of the intensity of the games. For example, what do we do for in last season? Which was the average of high speed run, sprinting of each game? So from this we get data and we try to utilize them towards the week. But the most important thing is about the players' data that they play 90 minutes, and we have the average percentage of their data. So like this, we optimize and we try to find the best load for them towards the game.
Uh, Here is five question. How can one achieve tolerating fatigue without loss of performance when planning training load?
How can we tolerate and um, sorry, one more again, please.
Okay, how can one achieve tolerating
Yes.
fatigue without loss of performance when planning training load?
Okay. Um, is like I said, to you have to plan sessions
Yeah,
that are, for example, how we do it in the two first days of the week. Let's say we have 5 days turnaround for the match, and we have minus 4 days before the match, and minus 3 days before the match. We try to do our hardest sessions, so we can achieve the super compensation for the match. And the other 2 days, we try to recover and to recuperate from these two hardest days, so the players are fresh and ready for the match. With this way, I think we can optimize and make the players better, fitter for the match.
yeah. I'm asking communication and coaching team. Um, how should communication and decision making be established with the coaching team regarding load management?
That's also very nice question.
Yeah,
The thing is that we start before we start a collaboration and cooperation with a coach. We try to adapt for what he needs and what we need during the weeks. And sometimes this is easy, sometimes it's difficult. There are other coaches that have their own ideas. Some other coaches are okay, inclined to follow the periodization plan.
yeah,
But the best thing is to communicate and to find the ways that it work for both sides. Um, so we set up the plan, we set up the periodization plan
yeah.
for what we can follow each week, and how we work, for example, in 5 days turnaround, this in 4 days turnaround, or in 3 days turnaround, and the coach understands what's needs for each day. So we made it clear from the start that we have to work specific the things each day, and specific day towards the game. And also, if there are some issues or towards the game in the training sessions that we have more load than usual, then we try to adapt and try to communicate with the coach. And we show every time the data that coach, for example, we today we did a little more. In the next day, if we can adapt the session, we do a little less than other times. So always with some kind of proof, and with scientific uh, procedure to reach the best result.
Aris, second question. How do you evaluate the relationship between micro injuries and the chronic fatigue, which are common in European club?
That depends. Depends how many games you have in the week. And like I said before, um, we try to adapt each time. For example, if you have three games in a week, the starters try to focus more in the recovery, try to focus more in sleep, try to focus in to have fast to nutrition, to have the proper food so they can recover as fast as possible. So they can be ready in the next games. For example, also again with the GPS data, if we see, for example, the players have big load and spikes that are not usual for him, we raise red flags and we try to adapt the load, try to give him more attention in this kind of situations. Depends. For example, if there are two games per week, we try to use rotations. So we rotate the players and we try to have the same load. The players can have the same load during the week. With these ways, I think we can reach we can control and monitor the acute and chronic load. Otherwise, would be dangerous and risky for the players that playing consecutive games not take into account all these things like load, fatigue, sleep. So like this, we try to avoid and prevent bad things like injuries.
Aris, eighth question. How crucial is rotation management and player minutes planning in the fast-paced leagues, or, for example, Premier League or Bundesliga or Belgium League?
Yeah, it's crucial. We see a lot of teams. They have a core of players that they are using a lot. So some of these players are, I assume, and I believe that robust enough so they can do a lot of games. And there are, for example, a lot of teams like the Premier League, some players playing all the game matches, and the coach rotates the other ones so they can have this kind of what we discussed before, the acute and chronic load. Is very important so we can prevent injuries. We keep the load in normal circumstances, but some players are must be in the starting 11 and are pretty robust and from genetics, from the way that they have been working before, that are crucial for the team, so they don't rotate. It's really important. Otherwise, I don't think all the players can have this kind of games. They're playing in Europe. I think now is like a 75 games is very difficult.
You think how do you Belgium League physical capacity or sprinting generally how do you league Belgium League?
The Belgium League is I can define it a transition league. There are a lot of transitions, so this means that it's a high intensity football. You can see if you watch a Belgium game, you see a lot of ups and downs that maybe you cannot see in other leagues. I think from the late stats I have, Belgium League is in the third place of high intensity football. So that means that we have to maximize and optimize the best for the players. I have to refer that in 2023, Circle was the first team in Europe in terms of high-speed run and sprinting. So that means that, and it's also the kind of style we have to play out of possession and to be in a transition. So to have transition moments. So we train like this, and the players adapt. So yeah.
Aris, nine question. As a technology and data analytic advance, how will precision loading strategies evolve over the next 5 years?
Yeah, the next 5 years. All new things are coming. Yeah, so the thing is, apply the right training, recovery load to each player so they arrive the match ready. While we minimize injury and performance drops. So yeah, always we have to be to use external load like GPS, GPS things, RPs, internals, RPs, heart rates, and individualization. I think we have to prone more to the individual load, so to make the players fit. Also, we have to see the long term and like the microcycle, the mesocycle, and the microcycle, and to adjust the load in the congestion games, rotations, to target the session, like we said before. I think also the communication is really important across the coaches, the medical, the data analysts. Yeah, I think this is the thing to maximize the performance ability, while minimizing the injuries and the overreaching. Yeah, I think we have to go more in testing so we can avoid. And every team has to go more in testing and monitoring the players with all these things I mentioned before.
Aris, final question. What do you think are the biggest mistakes made when managing loading with young players?
Uh, I think, or we put them too early, and we think that they are capable enough to do things that an adult and player that have a good background in background history in football. And I think this is very dangerous. They all have to be patient and work with good periodization. So we can reach this level. I think time by time he will getting, and slowly the best the best training, and not to, try not to compare it with adults guys. That's the thing that we have to be more mature, because they are not mature yet enough. When we talk about 17 and 16 years old, and they make the jump in first team, or 18-year-old, we have these gaps. For example, in our team, we have players in 18 years old, 19, and we have some players 22. These players worked with us 4 years, and other guys came now in our team. So we try to adapt the physical load, the load in the gym, and maybe some exercises. Maybe they're not capable to do the same exercise that the other players, that they have this training background. So I think that's maybe is the dangerous thing for these guys, who have to go slowly, and to try to monitoring and tracking what they have done before, where is their background, and if they're capable enough, then to put them in the same level of the other ones. Otherwise, we have this kind of problems, injuries, and like we say, we burn them.
Aris, finally, before we end today's session, we'll now share a short presentation, introduction to professional background of Mr. Haris Apostolidis. Please stay with us for a moment to learn about his career and experience. Other than we, as a Balltouch, we Apostolidis background, I will English.
Apostolidis is a physical performance coach originally from Greece. He currently works for Cercle Bruges, a Belgian First Division team. He plays an active role in team performance planning, injury prevention, recovery, strength training, and GPS data analysis. He began his career in Greece at clubs such as Iraklis FC, Chania FC, and Aris FC, specializing in improving on-field and indoor performance by working one-on-one with professional football players. A graduate of Aristotle University, Apostolidis holds master's degrees in sports sciences and human performance and health. He has also completed specialized programs in football strength and conditioning, football injury rehabilitation, and sports nutrition. Apostolidis speaks English, Greek, German, and Spanish, and effectively utilizes modern technologies for football performance, particularly GPS systems such as StatSports and GPXE. In short, he's a data-driven, modern, innovative, and player development-focused performance coach.
Haris Apostolidis, Yunanistan kökenli bir fiziksel performans antrenörüdür. Şu anda Belçika 1. Ligi ekiplerinden Cercle Bruges'da görev yapmaktadır. Takımın fiziksel performansının planlanması, sakatlık önleme, toparlanma, kuvvet antrenmanları ve GPS verilerinin analizi gibi alanlarda aktif rol almaktadır. Kariyerine Yunanistan'da Iraklis FC, Chania FC ve Aris FC gibi kulüplerde başlamış, bu süreçte profesyonel futbolcularla birebir çalışarak saha ve salon performansını geliştirme üzerine uzmanlaşmıştır. Akademik olarak Aristoteles Üniversitesi mezunu olan Apostolidis, spor bilimleri ve insan performansı ve sağlığı alanlarında yüksek lisans derecelerine sahiptir. Ayrıca futbol kuvvet ve kondisyon, futbol sakatlık rehabilitasyonu ve sporcu beslenmesi alanlarında uzmanlık programlarını tamamlamıştır. İngilizce, Yunanca, Almanca ve İspanyolca konuşabilen Apostolidis, futbol performansına yönelik modern teknolojileri, özellikle StatSports ve GPXE gibi GPS sistemlerini etkin şekilde kullanmaktadır. Kısacası, veri temelli, modern, yenilikçi ve oyuncu gelişimine odaklı bir performans koçudur.
Yeah, Aris.
Thank you very much for the presentation. I really like it, to be honest. It was very nice. Thank you very much. It was very high quality.
Yeah.
It was top. Okay, I didn't expect this, to be honest. Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Once again, we would like to thank Mr. Haris Apostolidis for joining us and sharing his valuable knowledge and experience.
Thank you very much. Nice to be here. We had nice conversation, nice questions.
Yeah.
I hope I help the people that want to work in a football, or also people that already in the football a physical coach, a performance coach like me. Everyone has started from somewhere, and I hope I gave some kind of help, assistance to them. And I'm feel free for everyone who wants can reply to the questions through LinkedIn with this name you can see, or Instagram. Feel free to ask questions and feel free to connect. I'm always available. Thank you very much for having me here. Always a pleasure.
Thank
And
you.
we'll keep in touch.
Aris, finally, very happy to see. Thank you. Very thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a nice evening. Have a nice evening.
Nice.
Keep in touch. Ciao.
See you.
Sporun sınırlarını zorlarken en değerli varlığımız sporcuların sağlığı. Balltouch, teknoloji ve bilimi birleştirerek, sakatlık risklerini önceden tahmin eden ve performansı maksimize eden bir devrim sunuyor.
Antrenörler, Balltouch'un kullanıcı dostu panosu sayesinde, sporcularının risk profillerini tek bir tıkla görüntülüyor, optimum takip modu ile yorgunluk seviyeleri anında ölçülüyor. Sporcular ise kişiselleştirilmiş antrenman programlarıyla daha güvende hissediyor.